box custom brought in. It's got some speed problems. I think the platter is a little locked up. We can take a look at it now. We can get down on the floor. We've got the unit set up for testing. First thing we need to do is make some continuity adjustments, continuity test from the tone arm to the output of the unit. If we check that, the cartridge, the tone arm seems to be in a little bit of a rough shape. You can get a close up of the crack across it. See that? Test this here, here. And see that we have a problem with the tone arm initially, so we're going to have to do some work on that. The next thing we've got to check is that the platter operation is proper. This is an extra part from something. And we'll plug the unit in over here. And turn it on. See that there's no motor operation, which means we've got a problem with that. We're going to have to find out something about that. Now we got to be very careful when repairing these units. Even though this is an old unit, we still got to be careful on repairing it, not to damage it in any way, because we don't need any customer problems. First thing we got to do is see what's wrong with the motor. In order to do that, we've got to get underneath the platter. So the first thing we've got to do is we've got to get the spindle off first in order to get under the platter. So I need a screwdriver. Get one up here. Off very carefully. Put it up here when we know where it is. This seems to be a little tight. That's good. Alright, we've got the spindle out.
Yes, Doctor, I think we've
Platter doesn't want to come up right. In order to get to the motor, we've got to get the platter off.
Yeah, I think we've tried it.
So, I've made a little bit of a problem with the tone arm, but we can worry about that later. Okay. Now the motor's mounted underneath this top panel, so we've got to get to the motor to find out what's wrong with that. Bearings seem to be okay. Wires here. Let's get out of the way. That's got to go. But there could be a problem with this power control button. So if we could just get into that and see if there's a continuity problem there. Not any voltage getting through that. There it is.
Yes.
Well, there's no problem with that so far.
So far, so good.
This is where the tricky part comes in. We gotta get underneath here and try as best we can not to damage the cabinet, because this is a fine wood grain cabinet. So if we can just get a little bit of leverage from the back. Try carefully to pry on it a little bit. Got one side. Get some wires connected under here. Got them loose. Now, this is the motor assembly. It's causing the problems. The switch. Get into the switch, find that the contacts are still good. So that's not what's causing the problem. We had to get the motor out of the chassis itself in order to check that.
Removal of the motor. There's it.
It's a coil wire that's come loose. So if we just get another motor, the unit should work properly. But wait a minute, I think they said there was a problem with the movement on the tone arm also. We have to check that before we can order any parts. So this is a fairly complicated bit of gearing assembly here. It's got to be worked with delicately. I see a spring here. It's not in the right place. So if I can just get to that, move these arms out of the way. It's a simple procedure. It takes a little bit of expertise to know exactly how to get to it. But once we get under there, we'll screwdriver again and put the spring back on that. There's a few loose parts, but we'll worry about that when we put it back together.
That's no problem.
We check the operation. Put these parts aside for a few minutes. Need some lubrication there. Well, as you can see, the tone arm, the gear is going around properly now. See that? We can gauge it. Put it in there, right? The gear is going around and engaging these linkage plates. Got one other thing that needs to be done. The customer wanted these putting this in a small rack, and he needs to have, he wants to keep this turntable, but it needs to be in a smaller, compact size. So we said for a $30 charge, we could lower the effective height of this unit. But we're going to need the help of some external equipment that we don't have in the shop. And if we can get our camera equipment outside, we can film that compaction process. Establishment, and we've set up the turntable for the compaction process, which we need to do for a customer who requested that we reduce the size of his component so he can use a rack system. And he doesn't have quite enough room for this turntable, but he wants to keep this, and he just wants it a little smaller. So what we figured out to do, we've gone through this process a few times before for previous customers, is we just use our portable compressor, which is a standard automobile. And since I've done it a few times, we need to have this thing lined up for a precise 90-degree angle with the rear wheel of the car. And I've gotten that measured off, which looks sufficient. Needs to run right across the center here in order to get the most even compression of the whole unit. So if you're ready, I'm ready. He's already in it, and we'll see what it does. Hopefully we won't damage the cabinet too bad. Let it sit there for a minute. Okay, let's see what we've done. Well, we haven't done a whole lot with that.